Hi everyone, this is Jackie here from Celtic Vision and welcome to today's reading. It's a pick a card reading on your future spouse. And so if you want to know what are they like, what do they look like, what do they do, well, this is the reading for you. So we have three piles. Pile number 1 is pyrite crystal, pile number 2 is jade crystal, and pile number 3 is kyanite crystal. So the timestamps are in the description box below. So if you want to take a moment and maybe pause the video and decide which pile you want to whichever pile resonates with you, and then we'll get started. Thank you. I have pile number 1, which is the pyrite crystal, and the cards are the Chariot, the Star, the Empress, High Priestess, 10 of Wands in reverse, the Lovers, Release, Pleasure, Family, Creative Endeavour. We have Soulmate, Romantic Feelings, Travel, Teaching. And we have some handwritten cards here. We have Loyal, Persistent, and Immature. Okay. So, your future spouse, what are they like? What do they look like? What do they do? So, let's have a look here. And I know the last card there was Immature. And what I'm getting is, when I say immature, it's not like a childlike energy. It's more of a youthful energy that they have, regardless of age, whether they're young in age or old in age. There's a youthfulness about them. There's a spark about them. There's a drive there that is very youthful and very attractive. And we have it here with the Chariot card. And you can see with this card, it's all energy, it's all go, it's all full steam ahead. So this person, it's like when they make a choice or a decision, or when they decide to do something, they just go for it. They may not spend too much time thinking about it, but that doesn't mean to say that they're just impulsive with no real thought given to it, because we have the High Priestess here. So this person is very much in tune with their intuition, and they're very tuned in, they trust their intuition. So it's almost like, and they act a lot on that, so they don't have to overthink things too much. They're very tuned in and they will just act on it. And so they may look like they're impulsive, but they're not really. There's thought behind it as such. But there's great energy there. They're very dynamic. They just do things. They get on, they do things. They're not going to spend hours wondering should they do it or no. They make the decision and they do it. And they've the star-like energy. And there's someone who, see this woman just looking up at the stars, and there is that type of quality about them. They're very positive, they're very optimistic, they look ahead, and they may have been through a lot of tough times, but they're still quite optimistic for the future. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So I suppose the downside is they may be somebody who takes on too much because they're quite optimistic. They kind of think they can do more than they're able for at that time. So they may take on too much responsibility, or end up or not being able to ask for help when they need to. There is they kind of get a little carried away about how much they can actually do. But but we have the Lovers card here, so they're quite romantic, absolutely. And we have the Loyal card over here, so they are a very loyal person, but they're very romantic. And we have the Empress there as well, two beautiful cards. They're very sensual, they're very physically to look at. I mean, obviously we have the Empress, the card of beauty as well. They would be considered beautiful, and even if you're talking about a man, we're talking about someone who's quite refined in their looks. Now even and like they dress well. No matter what they wear, they look well, even if they mightn't be in the best of clothes, but they will always look good. They'll smell good. Their personal hygiene is good. There's and even if they are a big brawny guy, they do it really well, as in there's still a refinement about them. Yeah, and very much sensuality about them. They're very much in touch with themselves, and they will be considered handsome or beautiful, absolutely. And I'll just see, the soulmate card has just caught my eye. So this person will be your soulmate. Yeah, and they will have romantic feelings for you. So it's not just a deep connection, but there's romance there as well. And they're very quite romantic, and they like to experience the romantic side of life. Be good kissers as well, by the look of it. They like to kiss. So they'll be very much in tune with their partner, and they want to please their partner as well. They're very much into pleasure, and indeed we have the pleasure card here. So they like to give pleasure and they like to receive it as well. And there's somebody who enjoys, they enjoy life, whether it's just sitting down with a cup of coffee, looking out the window. They will enjoy, they'll savour the moment, but they like to give pleasure. So I suppose that from a romantic point of view, and even the sexual point of view, they will be good lovers, very good lovers. And we have the release card as well here. So there's somebody who doesn't, even if challenging things happen to them, they don't spend too much time going over it, churning over it, what went wrong, what did this person do to me. They tend to let go what doesn't serve them and move on fairly quick. They're not going to sit around wallowing in a situation that went wrong. No. They're very good at releasing what they don't need, move on to the next situation. And like this person, they want a family. We have the family card here. It looks like they'd like children, if that's something you'd like. So they want to build a home. They want all of that. They want to build a family, a legacy, as it were. And I'm just pulled over. So in terms of what would they do for a living, we have a travel card here. So for some of them, they may do travel. They may travel with their job, or their job may be in the travel industry. An airplane there, maybe they're a pilot, or they just, as I said, do a lot of travel with their work, regardless what it is. They may work in IT as well, or technology, might even work from home, but they work for an IT company. So, and then we have the teaching card. Some obviously may work in teaching or education, and we're not talking about just teaching young kids, but in any way, shape or form. They could be a mentor in a company. They could be someone just gives guidance or counselling to people, to others. I'm getting that this person can be quite inspiring to other people, and so that will reflect in the job as well. People tend to look up to this person and admire them. Yeah. So in terms of what do they look like? Well, I'm getting for a lot of them, I mean, obviously this is a general card reading, so just take what resonates. But we're looking at brown hair. Some even wear glasses. And as I said, quite refined features. They have that refined way about them. They, yeah. And as I said, they may be beautiful, in a conventional sense, Short hair for a guy. Yeah. And I said, even if they are well built, as it were, there is a certain refinement about them. Yeah. And they may be very creative as well. They have a creative endeavour. They could be into the arts, music, literature. We have the easel there as well. So definitely it could be something that they do on a part-time basis or as part of their job, but there is a creative energy about them. Yeah. And we have persistent. So there's somebody who, as I said, when they decide they're going to do something, they will do it, and they'll keep at it until they get it done. They're not a quitter. They don't quit early. Yeah. And loyal, as I said, they're a loyal person, which is good. So even though there's quite a youthful energy about them, they regardless of their age, they have that spark about them that's very attractive. People will be attracted to that. Yeah. So there you go, folks. So that's your future spouse, a few bits about them there. So if you like this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And we've pile number 2, which is the amber crystal. And the cards are the Moon, Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Swords, the Sun, Courage, Stuck energy, going forward, Courage again, Free yourself, Chemistry, Books, Justice, and for some written cards, I Love You, Desire, and Lust. Yeah. Okay, so your future spouse, who are they? What are they like? What do they do? Okay. Getting strong, quite strong masculine energy here. And the picture I'm getting is, it's almost like this well-built guy, a real kind of traditional manly guy. And someone, but at the same time, someone that's very emotional. And I think until they meet you, they're someone who kind of hides away their emotions or suppresses them, not really dealing with them per se, tries to put that persona out of being this tough guy in a way. I mean, that can be down to culture as well, of course, but really not dealing with their emotions that much. 7 of Cups, so they tend to hide them away, and then they can feel a bit stuck with that. But meeting you has really, meeting you will really be something that will shift that for them. It'll be a very profound experience, because we have the Ace of Cups. It's almost like you will be the trigger for them getting back in touch with their emotions and opening up their heart energy. I mean, they're very loving. They're a very loving person, very sensual, very, there's the sexual energy here as well, but they are very loving, and they'll be very loving to you. And meeting you will be a new start for them in a way, with the 6 of Swords. So it'll give them the freedom to be more of themselves, to grow up in a way. Not saying that they were that immature, but in terms of dealing with their emotions. And I see that there's somebody, we have the Justice card here, and your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So there's someone who stands up for others that aren't able to do that themselves. So, or they stand up for the vulnerable or the weak or weak. Now, this could mean they work with the law or the legal system, or maybe the police or some sort of security, but also our child protective services, something like that. But no matter what their job is, they will stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. And they're very adamant about that. And we have Courage card here twice. They're very courageous. They won't back down. If somebody needs their help, they will do what they need to do. And they'll be very protective towards you. Very much so. So we also have the Books card here. So for others, now bear in mind this is a general card reading, so just take what resonates. their job could be something to do with books or media as such. So maybe there could be a writer or something to do with education as well. Yeah. But we have the chemistry card here. So there's strong magnetic attraction here. So you guys will be very much attracted to you. We also have lust, desire, and I love you. So I think you guys, you'll be very attracted to one another. And I know that they certainly like the physical and sexual side of things. And I get the impression they're very good at that side of things. So you guys will have a great sex life. But it's more than that. It will be a very deep connection between the two of you, which is lovely. A nice bond there. And we have the 9 of Wands card. So this is all about being resilient. So this person is brave in a way and resilient and just keeps doing what they need to do. You know, I suppose it ties in with the courage card as well. No matter what's thrown at them, they keep at it. They do what needs to be done. And yeah, and I see with stuck energy as well. So sometimes I know, particularly maybe with their job, they may feel, if they're fighting the good fight, they may feel a little caught up in things at times, but they don't tend to wallow in that. They'll move out of that fairly quickly. There's somebody who's very much a leader in whatever line of work they do, and people will look up to them. Yeah. And we have the Sun card. So this is such a beautiful card in terms of relationships, and it really bodes well for your future relationship together or marriage. It's a big yes from the universe. Happiness, joy, prosperity. And I can see as well with the going forward card. And in this deck it talks about, you know, greener pastures, and, you know, the long road ahead will be a very abundant one. And so it's telling me you live a long life together, a long happy life together with much joy and abundance and happiness. You're well suited, well matched, and you still have the chemistry, which is great. So you'd be very happy together. And in terms of what does this person look like in terms of looks, well, I said I'm getting in very, particularly for a man, very well built, quite, as I said, very traditional manly look about them, quite brawny, but at the same time a very tender side to them, soft tender side. Brown hair again, may have a beard, some of them may have a beard. Yeah. Knight in shining armour, so this person will seem like your knight in shining armour. Yeah. So there you go, guys. So if you like this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And we've pile number 3, which is the kyanite crystal. And the cards are Justice, Judgment, the Fool, 7 of Wands, Justice again, 2 of Cups, Happiness, Embracing, Ascended Masters, Great Gratitude, and for some handwritten notes we have Twin Flame, Watching You, Sexual Attraction, School, Leadership, and Healer. Okay, so your future spouse, who are they? What are they like? What do they look like? Okay. Straight off with 2 Justice cards, so I can tell that your person is not someone who will tolerate injustice, and there's somebody both in, and that's in all areas of their life. There's somebody who is not afraid to stand up for the truth, regardless of the consequences, and will stand up for those who can't protect themselves as well. So we've had something similar in the previous reading. but your person is, we have the Seven of Wands as well, so they're not afraid. This is a card of courage and standing up for yourself and for others, so they're not afraid to do that, and they will advocate for those who maybe can't help themselves. So this person is someone who stands up for the truth in situations and tries always to bring justice to a situation. Absolutely. And I see the leadership card here. So this person is someone who isn't afraid. As I said, they're very courageous. They're quite brave. They're not afraid to stand up for what's right. And as a result, people will look up to them, or do look up to them, come to them for advice, because they know where they stand with this person. This person is very courageous. And at the same time, we have the Judgment card. So while they're not quick to judge other people, despite being very much about justice, they won't judge quickly. I suppose they're like any good judge in a courtroom. They will evaluate the evidence, as it were, evaluate both sides, and then make their decision. But having said that, if a situation is blatantly unjust, they will act quickly. But as I said, they're fairly open-minded like that. They will review both sides, as it were. So in terms of a relationship, they'll always be fair, and they'll always, I suppose, be protective of you. And I suppose if you ever disagree about anything, the best way to approach them is to look at it from a fairness point of view, or a justice point of view, because as I said, they're very keen protectors of that. And they will stand up for the truth. And we have the Fool card here. So your person, I think in general, they're not someone who will likely take risks, except if it's in the protection of justice. But they're fairly steady in that respect. But I think when they meet you, or when they know that you're the one, that's it. They'll take the risk. They'll want to jump in there. They'll want to be with you. They won't hesitate to do what they have to do. And we have the beautiful Two of Cups card here. And of course, this is all about harmony and coming together in union. It can indicate kindred spirits, or twin, or soulmates. And I said we have the Twin Flame card over here. So definitely this connection, your connection, will be a deep one. It won't just be, we have sexual attraction here. It won't be just built on sexual attraction. There'll be a much deeper connection than that. But you guys will be very attracted to one another. When you meet, or when you start dating, it'll be, the energy will be wow, And I don't see this being a relationship that, in terms of getting married, or whatever version of that you want to do, that's not going to take years to come about. I think when you guys get together, it'll be wham, let's make plans. It won't be, let's wait years and get engaged, and let's wait another few years to get married. I don't see that happening. I don't think it'll be a slow burn. It'll be quite intense. And this person, because I see we have two cards with dolphins. We have happiness is here as well. So this person likes being in a couple. They like being in a relationship. They like the harmony of it. They like working together. They like everything about it. And with you, it's like wow, because it looks like you guys may be twin flames, or you may have had past lives together. Also, so we have the dolphin energy here. So the dolphin energy is very much about I'm sorry, now there's noise in the background, it's just outside. But the dolphin energy is, the dolphin is very much a master communicator, and people will come to them to give them their problems or discuss their problems. But also there's a playful energy with the dolphin energy, and a sensitivity with that. So your person will be someone who is sensitive, someone who is approached by people for their problems, someone, a master communicator. But also there's a light-hearted energy about them. So they are someone that likes to have fun as well. It's not all serious with them. And we have embracing card here. So there's somebody who can be quite emotional, but it's not afraid to embrace their emotions. And I see this person can be quite spiritual as well, because this is the Ascended Masters card. So this talks about Ascended Masters, obviously, that have gone ahead of us. So they may have very much a spiritual side or a religious side to them, and not afraid to tap into their help, their guides, their angelic guides, their spiritual guides, to help them with situations. And great gratitude. So your person is someone who is grateful for everything in their life, for the small things, for the large things, has a good positive attitude. We have the happiness card here, so there is a light energy about them. They're not a depressive type. No, they can take things seriously, certainly when it comes to the whole justice angle, but there's still a lightheartedness about them. So in terms of what do they do? Well, they could work literally in something to do with justice, but we have the healer card here. So they could be involved in healing in some way, shape or form, either in medicine or alternative medicine, or some area where it says here you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So they could work as a doctor, a nurse or paramedic, or something in that field, or acupuncturist, homeopath, something like that, or as some sort of healer, whatever that means, or whatever job they're in. Even if it's nothing to do with healing or medical field, they are someone who will bring calmness to a situation, bring justice there again, and balance to a situation. Very much a healing energy. And we have the school card, so maybe they could work in education as well. Yeah, in some way, shape or form. Maybe they're a teacher of some description, or a professor, or whatever job they do. They do a lot of instruction, give instruction, or maybe they're a mentor, something like that. But definitely there's somebody that everyone else looks up to and takes very seriously. Yeah. And we have the watching you card. So this person, you may already know them, or that they're certainly, the watching card is, they are watching, looking at you from afar, and maybe they're looking at you on social media, that kind of thing. So they're kind of, I think, if you haven't met, they're probably thinking about making a move. But no doubt when you guys get together, you'll recognize each other, because we have that twin flame energy. There'll be a connection, there'll be a spark, there'll be the sexual attraction. But I think you guys will know very quickly that this is a very deep connection, and there's you know what you want from each other. Now, in terms of what do they look like? Yeah, I'm getting for the guys a beard, dark hair, as in very dark. Now, I mean, this is a general card reading, folks, so you just really, take what resonates. So, but for some, they'll have a beard, a trimmed beard for some, a dark trim beard, and then I'm also seeing grey beard, so some will have grey hair. Yeah, and some will have long hair. And we're looking at blonde hair for the ladies. I'm seeing some blonde hair and dark hair as well. Yeah, it's more general. This, for pile number 3, it's kind of like, they could almost look like anything, which of course it is a general reading. Yeah. That's it. So, and dark skin. I'm seeing dark skin as well for some of the guys. Yeah. So there you go, folks. So if you like this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.